So hello and welcome to the Wow Chaingang with me. It's only Wednesday. We're here once again and it's a Emma special. Biking Emma, you can see just up at the top of the screen over there, is away actually at the moment and not going to be down on the ride tonight. And not in the studio either, so I've got the whole event to play with on my own. How good does that get? In quite a sensible moment. Time to get in with our riders. Time to tell you where we're going here on the event. Here, end of January. Time flies already. You can see the riders lining up. We're about 30 seconds to race start. Let's show you where we're heading first of all. We are going to Island Hopper, familiar route for many this week. Hopefully today, maybe a little bit more fun. We will see how everybody's rolling. We have 2 laps of 17.2. 17.9k, 2 laps of that, which is 36.8. It is a neon banner, virtual neon banner. Really important. People keep an eye on where that is. Now, it's quite confusing on the 3D map, so we've given you not only the Zwift hacks map on the top right-hand side, but also the marker on the 2D map, because the 2D map is absolutely critical to know exactly where everybody is en route. And as you can see, the riders heading out. Basically, this is quite a lumpy route, particularly when we go up towards the top of the island. So we're heading out from the Pens onto the Mekar route. You can see on the right-hand side of your screen, we're just going to take this right-hand turn. Key number 36.8k today. So let's take a look up across. You can see just over there, the riders heading out. We're just in with Bex Rivington. Good to have Bex in with us. Let's keep an eye on those riders as they head out. Looks like our beacons rolling out at the moment. We've got Miss Cookie as our red beacon, one of our very familiar riders to lots of you, I am sure, just tucked at the back of that group. Izzy Torrey, no one and only Izzy Torrey, the multi-time winner, is leading us out today. So let's see how she gets on. They're going to get the group together, and let's see how today's ride fares out on the Island Hopper. A quick reminder, if you do jump in late, I think Wells just joined us to jumpinlastminute.com. Going to be a little bit of a push on. If you don't think you can get back, just drop out and then jump back in again. There's a late join for 30 minutes in on the ride. So let's dive in with the riders out on the Chaingang here on the Women's Only Wednesday Chaingang. So here we go. Out with the riders, out on course. At the moment, you can just see the riders out there. A broken fan is not good. Nobody wants that to happen on the way out. So at the moment, Wells just trying to get back in. This will be a hot ride. You can see Emily Britson in joining us as well. There are a few updates flying around tonight, so just be aware. If you are planning on joining us at lastminute.com, then make sure. We will see now. Izzy Torrey up front, some keen beans just shouting out the message. So rules of the Chaingang are really simple. Basically, when you jump on the Chaingang, what we ask you to do is stay around the yellow beacon until the go point. At that point, that is when you need to be ready to trigger your power to unleash those watts and to let loose out on to the course. At the moment, though, the aim is to sit around our yellow beacon, who is just going underneath the bridge, for reference if you are out and about on the course. Looks like everybody getting themselves together. Plenty of time to take yourself apart later on. Time to warm up, stretch your legs, make sure everything's moving as it should. So Miss Cookie is in charge of the bus. As always, there will be a running diatribe of what drinks, cakes, etc. coming out from Miss Cookie. But it looks like some good refreshments actually today already on the bus. Now, our riders making the way out from the Pens. Going to take a quick turn here. It's a left-hand turn as we watch Izzy Torrey here. Just ticking along nicely with that group, just getting the group together as they make their way in around right turn, left turn, and then over the top of the down wall. Some great scenery here today on the gang, and at the moment our riders making their way around. Quick reminder, all this brought to you by Full Speed Events. It's myself, Matt Payne, along with Emma Martin and co. We aim to try and support lots of different events. We've got lots of different events coming up where we're looking after riders and looking after the events and supporting those. So really is about trying to make sure that we get as many bumps on seat as possible. So good to see some riders out on the Chaingang tonight. It's quite a busy week for us. We are right in the middle of preparation, in fact almost towards the end of the preparation time before the World Championship Cyclocross out from Tabor in Czechia. We're going to be heading out to that. I'm not sure whether I will see a dragon making its way into the sea on the coastline of Czechia, or whether we will just be seeing lots of riders wishing that they were taking a dip in the sea instead of racing their way out and around some fantastic courses. If you want to know where you can watch, well, we are going to be covering the team relay. So the basic out and around the globe is the UCI YouTube channel. That is available to anybody who doesn't have a geo-blocked area. So if your computer thinks it's in, for example, Brazil, you'll be able to watch the team relay on Friday. You'll be able to watch the junior, the under-23 and the elite races on both Saturday and Sunday. Now, if you are in a geo-blocked area, for example, you're in the UK and you don't manage to move your computer to a different location, then you'll find that you are going to get Eurosport, and they are only going to be covering the Saturday and Sunday races, not the team relay. You also will be able to watch on the BBC Red Button, and I think at the moment that is Saturday and Sunday again. But for the very first time, we're one of the best events of the championships. That is going to be the team relay. Really looking forward to that, and could well potentially be our best chance of taking a gold medal at the championships. Not our only chance, but potentially our best. I said to you that the vast majority of the team have raced before in the team relay. Nobody else has that. The vast majority of the team are national champions, with the exception of Zoe Baxter. In fact, all our national champions are racing. It gives you an idea of the strength in depth on the cross. Now, let's have a little bit of a check down on our riders down here. Just making their way into the spit of land that takes them in along the coastline at the moment. So basically what we do is we do big loops, little loops, big loops, little loops, all the way round. Is anyone hyped for tonight? Izzy Torrey needs his enthusiasm. Izzy, sending it down the airways. I've always got loads of enthusiasm. This is a cracking course, no matter what speed you go at. It could be a nice steady ride today. Oh, here we go. There's a few hyped up. Let's have a look. Who is it who is feeling extra buzzy today? It is Foster from Tactic. Excellent. So Michelle Foster on here. First time though. Miss Cookie's always giddy for this. Oh my God, Fozzie is here. Says the gang. So looks like the Tactic team out in strength again here on the women's only Wednesday. Now we're making our way in down the side of the aisle, and this is where left takes you uphill, right takes you on the flats. So going to be really interesting to see. Oh dear, what a shame. It goes left. This is the uphill version. It's quite nice to break up the rhythm on the way through. So here we go, round that right-hand turn. Got a few people on here. Some people on their first, some people on their second. Excellent. Good to see. Thank you very much for coming back. It's a small, compact and bijou quality group today, actually. It's constantly growing, actually, because we keep on getting more and more riders on here as we go through. And always interesting to see when we've got things like ZRL on the night before, how that impacts on the riders and on the way that the ride goes, because the only person who knows where the trigger point is the one and only Izzy Torrey. She's the only rider who knows when she's going to call this. So is Iri going to call it late? Is it going to be early? We will see. At the moment, our riders just making the way through the island at the side of the main lagoon, so just dropping in and down. So is he just in with the group as they come out around the turns? You've got a tight right-hand turn when you get to the edge here, then a quick run down. This is actually slightly downhill. Remember, this is 2 laps of the circuit here today. Well, looks like the group just stringing a little bit at the moment. Now, I am sure more than capable of diving in here. Holly Bergen, Holly just out the side of the course. So we'll see if Holly's going to be back in with the group. Holly, don't forget you've got the ability to jump out and jump back in again. So, lifting them up to the pace. So lift to just keep it up and rolling. So Sure just chasing onto the back of the group, so he's more than capable of holding those wheels as we are going to take the left-hand turn here around the so the Eurocrossy Islands. Ooh, I am sure doing some zigzag. Maybe it's not far enough 2 laps. Maybe he wants to put a little bit of extra distance in. I'm absolutely loving the comment from Pit Mom that she's on Amy's weight by mistake. Excellent move. Amy, we know, one of the super lightweight riders in the group. Still one of our youngsters who we do see on the check there. Haven't actually seen that. Amy racing out in the outside world as well. Pip, you never know. You may still be in there. And don't be sorry, just keep giggling. It's fine. We should know that we don't take it too seriously. Ooh, Izzy Torrey. When it's when Izzy doesn't jump on something else, very, very different, very important. So down through the sprint, not needing to sprint through the tide pool sprint. We're going to take a left-hand turn, wind our way up through the mechanised island before dropping our way down and round. Always an interesting moment in the race route as we make our way through here. It's a very circuitous route. It's got some great views on the way in and round. We've got a little bit of luck now. We'll take our way in and round. So we've got on board with us here today. We've got Nicole Wells in with us. We've got Iona Schull nicely tucked in here. We see Rhea Mobbs is back with us again. Awesome riding by Rhea. Can anybody stop her this week? Nicola Soden in here with the Tactics Squad. Julie Bratton in here. Angela Webster. We've got Bex Remington. Just going to work our way through. Izzy Torrey, our big, and of course Emma Dooley from Fear in that very distinctive yellow and blue kit, just hiding alongside our beacon here. Foxy on board. Foxy has more sets of kit than anybody I know, and today has gone for gone for the Watch the Fem kit. I think that is, if I'm not much mistaken. It is, there we go, Watch the Fem kit. So if I'm not much mistaken, just kicking a little out of the sun to stay in with the group. We'll work our way through everybody eventually, zigzagging our way up and down and across. good to see Joanne Lee nicely in with this group at the moment, right on the front there. Disc wheels on the back. It's definitely a route where the discs pay off on the majority of the route. The only places on the ascent of the far side of the island where it gets tricky having those discs. But the trade-off generally, I think, is worth it because of the volume of flat and downhill sections. This, though, the run in to our spiral climb. Is he just giving an eye on our riders, making sure they all keep control of their watts at the moment, keep them unleashed and keep them under the limit so that we don't lose too many people too soon, and everybody gets that sort of ramped warm up. Oh, go on, just race it, Pip. Pip Ball saying, because she's not on the right way, she won't contest it even if she's in at the end. Just do it, we can disqualify you. I haven't disqualified anybody for a while yet. Probably still won't ban you. So it looks like Claire Richardson now joining us from the Aeonian squad. Claire regular on the Chaingang. On the Donny Chaingang, one of our fastest finishers there, and back in with us once again now on the women's only Wednesday, as our riders make their way up the side of the hillside here, just making their way up and round. They'll be heading in through the factories, then dropping down off the edge of this little bit of the island. Few little splits starting to occur as the riders ascend. Nothing too drastic when you look at our map top right hand side of the screen. You don't need to apologise, Claire, to anybody. One of the reasons we always make sure we have the late join on is so that everybody can make their way in and join the group, or as many people as possible. Just try to make sure that nobody gets left behind. Just seeing Ian Shaw making their way in through the factory area at the moment. Just see the it's like a Bond villain's hideout, isn't it? Just tucked away on the side of the island. Dr. No-esque, I think it is, really. So on the descent off the far side of the industrial mech aisle, start rolling the way down. Little group just drifted off the front. Busy typing and pedaling at the moment. Tricky job when you are yellow beacon. A massive thank you to everybody who's taken on yellow or red beacon duties. Really, really important to keep everybody together and following our leaders. They have a tough enough job. Just heading back through, and you will probably recognise this little stretch this time. We're going to go right as we come round here. So came off the island today. We went left first time round. This time we're going to go right. Save the place for late, says Izzy Torrey, because you'll need them. You will indeed. This is not the easiest route, has to be said. Throw things round the studio. A little bit of carnage in the studio at the moment because we're just getting ready for this trip to Prague. Really looking forward to watching the action. It's been a really good season of the cyclocross this season. Emma staying here in the UK. She's going to be holding the fort with our Sunday race club that we bring every single week. So hopefully Emma will be enjoying the more esports and more avatars on Sunday. Very interesting world around the world of esports and esports cycling at the moment. Lots of new developments and lots of big announcements as well. Please do jump on the media feed. Follow at biking_Emma, and of course at Matt Fitzpain for the details. Nice to see that we got on the cake and streaks on the trolley today. So thank you everybody who's messaged in, just getting messages from people watching. Great to see people having a watch and watching it back as well. We do go out on a number of platforms, so hope everybody is all ready to show what they've got as we make our way out around the circuit and later on. The group just starting to break a little bit on this climb. Doesn't look too drastic, but a little bit of a string behind our leader. We're just going up on to the big climb. So if you remember the profile, we have a bigger climb at the back end of the profile. This is that bigger climb at the end of the profile, and it does come towards the end. Of the route when we ride it, and the trigger has gone. If it's gone before we get to this point, going to be very interesting because this will be a tough climb. It's good to see we've got Jill Valdebon back in. So Jill Val here, looking good. Jill tucked nicely in with this group, keeping it pretty smooth on the next pit, powered by Ensured squad. Not quite regular yet. Got to a little bit more time, Jill, before that counts. One person who spends plenty of time behind bars on the bike, I should hasten to add, is Emily Britton. Emily in the orange in here, coached by the one and only living legend Rick Jameson, actually. Emily Britton. Britton in the orange on the aero bike, lightweight wheels on. Will today be Emily's day up at the front of the Chaingang? We will see. Very talented rider indeed. So the power going up to what's going to be 2.5 watts per kilo. So just that being ramped up enough to take our riders up the climb. We're going to come round the turn, and then we will find ourselves heading out onto the edge. The waterfall out to our right. It's very nice up here, and the drop down to our left, so waterfall dropping into the lakeside. Levels off just that little bit more. Currently still 4%, but you can see that gradient dropping as we speak from 4 to 3 to 2. It'll soon level off, and then we'll make our way across the top for dropping down fast descent, and then back down around that bottom loop to go through the banner. Quick reminder that today's route is 2 laps, and the tricky thing on this course, as much as anything else, well, that is the finishing line, and you've got to have your wits about you if you want to make sure that you're in the right place at the right time for that, because not the easiest of race finishes at the end. Just it with Angela West of this group, pretty much holding together. Very impressed today by the cohesion of the women's Donny Chaingang. So nicely done by the Chaingang, up to the top of the climb, and it looks like everybody's together. This is like pretty unheard of. So does only rider just off the back squeezing on here. So our rider just squeezing in here, so they're just picking up the pace. He's got a UPR through the sprint, going to get back in with the group. Very nice. It didn't seem pretty last night on the ZRL. No, indeed. Generally what you find is on the wow, you get time to enjoy it first of all before it gets a bit crazy. So riders on to the descent. This is a quick run down the hillside. This is where if anybody's broken away on lap number 2, you're going to have to keep on putting the pressure on, because big group, big bunch, going to have that draft advantage, making the way down here towards the end of the ride. I was about to say race, but as we all know, it's not really a race. It just usually turns into one. So is everybody warmed up yet? Hopefully everybody is. Everybody ticking along nicely today. I love the fact that Red Big Miss Cookie has gone to the front. It's all that cake. Makes a difference. Fueled by cake. Nothing wrong with that. Nice Victoria sponge right now. Very nice. So what kilometre is the finish tonight? Let's just give everybody a little reminder if you're watching on screen, because it is, as you can see, 36.8k. Just watching as you turn your bottom right hand side of your screen. We are just making our way back down the loop, heading down the side off the big hillside here. We're going to take the right hand turn. So we've basically, if you're looking at the 3D map, just come down. We're going to take the right turn. We've come down from the early kilometres. We've dropped our way in and down. We're going right at the moment. It will then take us back round the loop to go back in. So at the moment looking pretty smooth. Everybody looking like they're heading in the right direction, which is always a bonus as we make our way back across the spit of land down. It's the left-hand side of the sandbar where our blue dot is going around on the Zwift Hacks map. But everybody looking pretty good at the moment. So you see the waterfalls in the distance. Our riders on the way down. We'll be making our way out around. We actually cover pretty much every part of the Mercury Islands route out here in the Urazi part of the Mercury Islands world. So again, looking good. Technical issue for Wells. Oh, Nicole Wells having to chase back on here. Looks like Nick Soden has just gone back. Now, right-hand turn this time. So instead of going up and over, we're going to go round the side. Nicole Stockton's just got a fan. I'll be your fan, Nicole. Anybody who rides on the Chaingang, definitely. We're definitely fans of everyone who is on the side of the... on the side of the WoW, it's only Wednesday. Don't forget, of course, you can join us out in the real world, out there, not on your avatar, but in the out in person, out in France, because we have our WoW, our Women's Only Wednesday week. Jump onto the Women's Only Wednesday Chaingang page on Facebook, or get in touch with @biking_Emma. That's @biking_Emma. To give you all of the details. We've got some great rides planned, some great routes planned. I'd love to see you all out there. It's currently, I don't want to make anybody upset if you're in the UK, but it's currently 18 degrees out there. I was talking to one of our riders who rides for the Charente Maritime team, Apogee's Charente Maritime team, and they were saying they've been getting in the miles. It's not been too windy, it's been very nice, and 18 degrees today in the sunshine, so very nice weather out in France, and apparently it's riding really well out there at the minute. They always say that because they're rather quick. Not sure there's as much sand and beaches you'll see out in the Eurocrazy world, but you know, can't have everything. Look, if we do know where the beaches are, and we will be visiting them, at least. So the group all together at the moment. Izzy Torrey bringing everybody round. We're not far off actually getting to the end of lap number 1. Remember, 17.9k lap. 2 laps to make the total distance today. Ooh, ramps coming up. 3 watts per kilo. A few people getting those coffee breaks in, interestingly, which hold them into the group. 32 minutes of riding under everybody's wheels. So here we go. Smoothly done. Torrey tucked in here, our leader, just making sure everybody's going where they should be. Looks like Stockton very comfy in here. Lots of people sitting around about that 2.7 watts per kilo. A couple of coffee breaks coming in. We're just on our way in through the through the tide pool. I should say rock pool. Tide pool sprint. So under the banner we go, and that's what we like to see. Lots of confetti snowing down on the riders. A clear indicator that we're going quicker and quicker as we make our way around. Remember, it is only a 2-lapper today, so that is a part of the few chances to keep improving. just in with Pip Morn. Moving across to Nicholas Soden from the Tactics squad. Looking good as to make the way round here. The gang are running together well. And this time when we come up the side of the big lagoon, we will be making our way up the right-hand side, the outside of the loop. And this will take us past the start-finish line of the lap. Your job here is to keep your eyes peeled. Basically, as we go past the pens, you can just see those chevrons on the top of the map screen there, just yo-yoing backwards and forwards. Just after we go past those is where the finish line is. It's really, 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 really tricky to spot. It really is. Not the easiest running. In fact, it's blooming horrible as. And there's a long sweeping draggy bit just before it, just to really make your legs hurt a bit more. But the aim of the chain gang is for everybody to improve. Have fun on the way round. Let's get everybody improving slowly but surely, or quickly but surely. And that is generally what happens at the moment. All this group looking pretty good together. No problems for anyone as we make our way in around these turns. Now, I'm just going to take our drone cam out a little bit here because as our riders just make their way in through, the loop here goes round to the right. We then go over to the left, so you just see this right coming in, and then you're going to see the long sweeping turn on the boardwalk coming up. Here we go. So just taking the drone cam round, so we sweep around the boardwalk, which goes round to our right. Then you start to see the lights as you drop around the side of the island. It's literally around this horseshoe turn. We come round the horseshoe turn, little zigzag, and then we are in and through. So, as we make our way up here, a little bit of a drag. It's a nasty little finish. This can really test you. If you're on the limit, if you've done a breakaway here, it's going to really, really hurt. Just give you that warning now. No pressure, Nick. So this is the run in to the finish from a rider's point of view. It's just jumping in with Foxy, that was Watch the Femmes kit. And you'll see just how little run at the line you get if you're not very, very switched on. Left turn, right turn, big building up to your left. You'll see the pens come into view. When you start seeing the pens coming into view, you come around the left turn, you go to another left-hand turn. It's going to come very, very quickly. You've got to be very, very switched on because you don't know. If you wait until you see the banner, you know that you are going to be in trouble. So you've got to make sure you know exactly where that archway is, and here it comes. You literally see it at next to no distance whatsoever. If you're not sprinting by the pens, the odds are you're not going to hit that line at optimum speed. You need to be sprinting pretty much by the pen, so really, really is key to try and make sure you do that. That finish arch is that blue neon arch. Now, we're just going to take a little bit of a roll back. Looks like the red bus may well be on its way. It is a very tricky run in through that finish. So paying attention on the running is really going to be key. Knowing where to go. So those people who are paying attention and can then focus whilst racing, they're going to be in there. Now, Cookie is not all alone. We do have Forster, Fozzie behind. So it is going to be Michelle Forster just making her way up. But Forster coming pretty quick here towards Miss Cookie. So Forster round the side here, the little inlet before taking the run underneath the big concrete top of the factory here. Just see our beacons light shining up and through. Our beacons are giving amazing powers. That means their beacons are on the way in. Now, taking the right hand sweep in turn, going past the robotic hand or past those robotic fingers or claws, are making their way around to the right. They're going to take a left hand turn here. looks like Foster is about to make contact with Miss Cookie. The bus potentially forming at that point, although you can see at the moment Soda just being distanced a little bit here off the back of the group. Dangerous this when we're at 39 minutes and 1 lap already done. But really, really tricky. Now Miss Cookie saying, what pace do you want to go? This is the level of service our red beacons put out for our riders. A massive thank you to Miss Cookie. Cookie by name, no cookies for Matt by nature. I am trying to behave myself whilst I'm not able to go ride the bike at the moment. Still some of the after effects of banging my head on the floor a little bit. Not in my head though, just in my neck. It only took 80 kilos bouncing down the road on it. So Soda may well be the next rider who's going to see the red bus coming, because you can see Miss Cookie has picked up Michelle Forster. The two riders now working their way up. Next rider up the road will be Soda, and then it's a gap over to the yellow beacon group. Now they're going round across here. They will take the left turn. This is the inner loop, if you like. So we're going to do the inner loop. So we're going to do left, 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 all the way round. And then when we come back to the junction we've just gone through, we'll do a right and pull ourselves up onto the outside of the loop, and then we'll keep to the outside of the loop on the way into the finish. So it's an inside loop, then it's the full outside loop. Can't say in any simple terms than that, because it isn't simple. So Forster just letting our beacon know she may well be dropping soon. Michelle, you're going to have company any second, because I think you're going to come up onto Soda, who is just in front. Oh no, forgot to renew the subscriptions as Forster, maybe running out of kilometres. Look at this. Come on, fully says fuel. Bit of a minor technical issue. Meanwhile, looks like Miss Cookie is going to pick up another passenger in the shape of Soda. Going to work together with Soda from. I'm trying to work out what flight that is. Is that the Philippines? That could be. Is it one? I don't know. It's too small for my eyesight. Now the ride going up to 3.5 watts per kilo from Izzy Torrey. Oh, that's a mean task. Now, so Soda along with Forster and Cookie just making their way around. The bus has formed up the road. Izzy Torrey in charge of the gang, heading their way in towards the aisle here. They're going to take the left turn, which is the rising road. Just making their way through those characteristic islands at the moment. The side here in Urakrasi, part of the Mercury Islands. So left fork taken. This is those sweeping turns. You can see we're going to take this left. We come round. We come back on ourselves. That dirt road is our road that makes its way up. We can see we're just going to go out and do a loop round here. It's a long loop actually to pick this up and then drop down around this inner loop. When we come back round on that right-hand road, the road to the right of our riders there that you can see on the upper map, that'll be on our run into towards the finish. We'll be almost there as we make our way in and around. So the gang very quiet at the moment, or quiet for the gang as we go through. The bus forming at the back, the gang on the front are winding this up. Let's see how they get on. We are just making our way down through here. Now we're going to take a left-hand turn once we get in and through. But at the moment, from where we are now, this left turn here takes us back across the section. Looks like dead in the water. That's Forster. Time to renew. Good to have you with us, Michelle. Hopefully you'll be back with a renewed subscription. She's going to renew the subscription. Excellent. We will see you next week then. The return of the Emma next week as well. I'm not sure in what role next week, I'll be brutally honest. But it will be the return of the Emma. So underneath the archway we go. Typal sprint coming up. Not that anybody's going to be sprinting. No points, no prizes. Not even really any kudos for having the fastest time through our sprints today. Just enjoy them. Make the most of the sand, the sun, the sea. There's no sangria. So more confetti, more of those fantastic personal best times in through for riders going in underneath the line. You can see the factory up to the riders left there. We're going to be making our way up. They're going to do the left-hand turn. Pit Morn leave you that it's the right thing to do. No, it's not. Definitely not. The riders winding this up. Here we are, taking the left-hand turn. Such morals from Pip there. Now, move on the front at the moment. Looks like rear mobs it is, or is it Bex Rivington on the front at the moment, winding this up. So here we go, left-hand turn. Those numbers now, the wind-up is coming behind, they're chasing at the moment. So here we go. Winding it up onto the climb here. 48 minutes done. Pressure on the riders at the moment. Rivington and Mobs up on the front, putting the pressure on the riders, making sure the numbers are right up there at the moment. Who will be the next rider or riders to be shed? Well, looks like Morn just going to be waiting for Soda for Miss Cookie. No Michelle Foster, she's dead in the water. Time to renew that subscription to Zwift. So Soda and Miss Cookie make the way towards Pip, meanwhile up on the front here. The riders are on to the climb as a big pack here. We're coming at 48 minutes, remember, from here. We are going to head down. Oh, looks like a bit of a tease coming up from Izitori here. We're going to head down the hillside as we got round this climb. We go down in and then head across for the really big climb that takes us up over the top. Remember, it is going to be basically 36.8k on the way through to get in there. So let's see how they're doing as they come to the line. The pressure is on up on the front. Stockton and Lee at the moment on the back of the group. John Lee going to need to push on if that trigger point is reached at the moment. Just going back through with Julie Bratton actually heading back a little bit at the moment. Unusual for Julie, one of our super quick riders, making her way up there. Let's see how they're going. The bus has fallen behind. Dignity, please. Soda, Pitmore, and Miss Cookie up there. Meanwhile, looks like Nicole Stockton just adrift into the back. Come on, Nicole, keep pushing. You never know when that moment will come. So Nicole at 3 watts per kilo, going to come charging down in here. Got to get onto those wheels, got to be in it to win it. It's not a race, but it often turns into one. Now, we go straight on at the next junction. We turn right at the junction after. And we are going to be on the big climb with the Go, Go, Go. Have it gone. The Go, Go, Go goes on the run down the hill. Really interesting place to fire that out. And look at that. We have got anvils aplenty on the front. Richardson. And look at this. Joanne Lee was hovering off the back. She's absolutely flown off to the front now. As they go down, the anvils have really come raining down, and that has put the cat amongst the pigeons. It really has upped the pace, and there are riders starting to fight to stay in the wheels. Right turn coming up here, so the wind-up is on. This is where you've got to be really, really attentive. At the moment, the rider in trouble. Just going to take a little bit of a look. I think it is going to be Wells from Tactic, who's got to push on here. She's got to keep on really working. Nicole Wells needs to get back with that group. They are going to go on to the climb. You cannot give any distance here. And 4.1 watts per kilo have just seen come out from Wells in pursuit. She don't want to go too far in the red. Knows that the climb is coming up in front of her. Got the riders in front. You can see where she's headed. We're going to make our way up. We're going to wind our way up this hillside in amongst the sculpted hillsides away from that shoreline. At the moment, that gap's hovering at 4 seconds, but we are going on to the hillside. Izzy Torrey's tucked in it. Can anybody beat Torrey today? She's on good form. The rider, though, who is the one who's been setting the pace, Rhea Mobbs, absolutely flying at the moment, and looking forward to seeing Rhea and racing going very, very well. Sets the pace at the moment, 5 watts per kilo. Got the lightest wheel set you can get on Zwift to have maximum aerodynamic gain. And that is those DI disc rims in there. The disc wheel on the front, the deep rim. Sorry, disc wheel on the back, deep rim on the front. At the moment, Mobbs 78 revs per minute, 185, 186, 187 I've seen up on the front. This is tough stuff. So the Go, Go, Go has gone. The leaders are up and away now. Looks like John Lee, after that big and fast descent, just being a distance off there and making her way in and down. So it looks like Soda's going all over the road at the moment. It's really interesting. I think a few tech issues potentially there. Stockton just ahead of Miss Cookie, our red beacon. Then we're going to have Bratton, who's on to the climb. Then it's going to be Wells, who's going past Webster. Angela Webster, not her usual self today. We expect Angela to be up and in the front here. Let's see how they're going. Then it's going to be Wells. Then it's going to be Lee. Then it's going to be Sewell. I think so. Sewell is just on the back. He's going to try and jump in. So this is going to be tough. So done from Angela Webster. It's Sewell who's distanced off the back. Only Sewell, we know one of our real fast riders. Foxy being distanced on the climb. Soden is the same. It looks to me like this really has broken up. Rhea Mobbs has opened the gap up here. The chasing group are Rimington. They are Torrey. They are Vailbon. We're going to see Brits and Richardson. This is the group. You've got Dooley in here. You've got Soden in here. But can they pull back the leader? Izzy Torrey has gone after Rhea Mobbs, as has Bex Rimington. These two riders are taking a little bit of a look. Mobbs has 7 seconds. They have 8 on the group behind. This is going to be the top of the big climb. And from here, there is no major climbs to the finish. There's some bumps. There are some rises. But from here, I'll say again, there are no major climbs to the finish. So it's really, really key here that the riders start to work. They're going to need to keep pulling back in again. So 12 seconds to Torrey and Remington. It's Bex Remington leading the chase behind rear Mobs. Can we see them coming behind? 12 seconds is a long way. Mobs is winding this up on the front. You can see the yellow beacon group behind that pillar of a light is the chase. It's a chasing duo at the moment with Remington really nailing this. There's Bex Remington. Look at those revs, 102 revs per minute, really winding this up. Heart rate 205. Should I say that again? Heart rate of Bex Remington 205 beats per minute. That is absolutely flying. So Torrey trying to stay on the wheel of Remington. They're losing a little bit of ground. 2 seconds from Mobs to Remington added to the gap here. Remington to Dooley. Well, that is currently sitting, I think, at about 25 seconds, and I'm not sure that Izzy Torrey, yes, she's still glued to that wheel. Now, Bridson and Dooley. Bridson in the orange, left-hand side of your screen. You've got Dooley on the front right in that fair kit, the blue and yellow kit. We've then got for Tactic UK, Nicola Soden. She's bottom left-hand side of your screens. You can see that we have our rider from the next powered by shot. Now, Jill needs to stay nicely tucked in here with the group. So we're going to see if she's going to be in there. This will be very interesting. Will we see a next powered by Insured rider taking this out? They've got work to do. 19 seconds to Torrey and Remington. But look at this, it's another 19 seconds to rear Mobs. Who's getting the most rest in here? Difficult to tell. Mobs, though, has got the distance on the ground. It's about 200 metres, the distance between Mobs and Torrey. You can just see out and around that left-hand turn goes Mobs behind. Torrey and Remington are together. Then it's going to be Dooley in amongst the 5 chasing riders. So 1 rider, followed by 2, followed by 5. Then we drop to the group with Foxy, with Joanne Lee, with I think it's going to be Iona. Sure, it is. So the 3 riders here still descending down, still chasing. And they have a little bit of a gap to Wells. Foxy done after last night. Yeah, not so bright. 76 miles tomorrow. Well, I take that as miles, not meters, from Foxy. Now, let's have a little bit of a check. Wells descending down here, trying to jump onto the back of the group. Shule, Lee, and Foxy. Webster's a bit further back. Then it's going to be Julie Bratton. Then it's going to be Nicole Stockton. Soda up just on the front of the bus. Miss Cookie chasing with Pip Morn at the moment. But our leader at the moment is going to be our one and only Rhea Mobs, who has a gap. Now, you ready for this? 20 seconds from Mobs to Remington at the moment. And Bex Remington here at the moment is being stuck by the yellow beacon. Remington doing a lot of hard work here on the front. The revs have dropped. They were at 91. The heart rate has dropped. At the top of the climb, that heart rate was at 205. It's now dropped to 171. So Remington getting some recovery on that descent. How long dare she leave it before she starts to pursue again? Not so sure. Mobs 176 also, 77 revs per minute. Bridson leading the chase with Dooley at the moment. So these are your chasing 5. Now, looks like they're working well together. Riders just taking a turn on the front, coming off. That's the way to keep that pace high. Ride it like a team time trial. Now, 25 seconds. We'll see him onto the back of Izzy Torrey and Bex Remington. If they get that achieved, well, it's not all that far to our leader in front. If they're able to pull that back, but time is going to start running out here. As you can just see, Remington and Torrey, they are on the island going down the right-hand side through those mangrove swamps at the moment. 35 seconds up on the Richardson group here. Richardson putting in the draft advantage, taking that extra draft, double draft, going down through here. So this is about, can Mobs hold on? Can she hold off the chasers behind? It's down to 20 seconds at the moment to Remington. So it keeps yo-yoing up at the moment as they make the way down here. Going to be tough stuff to catch back, though. Time is running out. We're at 32.4k at the moment. Remember, we'd just be for the 30... well, it's going to be the 38k marker when we come in and round at the very end of this. But you can just see at the moment, as the riders coming through, they know where they've got to go, where they're heading. They're going to come down, they're going to take the left-hand turn. Remington now having dispatched Izzy Torrey. Torrey, I think he's going to be sitting up waiting for that pack behind to see what you can do with them. Remington is going solo in pursuit of our leader. Rhea Mobs is our solo leader. Off the front, she went harder from the gun. She climbed up. She broke the rest of the riders. And you can see it is a lonely, diminutive little dot. That is Rhea Mobs at the moment coming around this right-hand turn. It's then going to be a long sweeper coming through that takes you in towards the time pull sprint. So Mobs leading this out at the moment. The gap's back. Remington 25 seconds down. Torrey 42 seconds down. The group of Richardson, Vell, Dooley, Soden, Bridson, they are now all at 1 minute 9 or so. Just going to just check that they're still all pretty much together, which they are. They are chasing two long-lost figures up the front, one of which is Izzy Torrey, who has been dispatched. Sorry, three figures. It's Izzy Torrey who's been dispatched by Bex Remington. Bex Remington just in front of the moment. There's not a huge gap, it's 20 seconds or so, but the rider who's right up at the front, who has gone clear once again, it is going to be Rhea Mobs, hugging the edge of the shoreline. She'll take a left-hand turn very shortly. Then it's the right-hand side of the island to run into towards our virtual banner. A virtuoso solo performance at the moment from Rhea Mobs, holding off the riders behind. No matter how they push, where they push, I don't think they're going to get Mobs back now. She's working way too hard. So Rhea Mobs is your leader, clear at the front. Remington into immediately behind, 22 seconds. Then it's going to be Izzy Torrey, currently in 3, the yellow beacon, 4th place. Well, Bridson is doing a lot of the work at the moment. You've got to hope she's getting some assistance here. It doesn't want to just be hung out to dry by the rest of the race. You've got Bridson, Dooley, Richardson, Soden in there, and Fairbairn. Then further 35 seconds back, you see Webster, Foxy, Sewell in there as well. It could be a decent-sized group in there, just working the way in towards the finish. But these 5, well, they're not making all that much in terms of inroads into our leaders at the moment. So Rhea Mobs fast approaching the 35k mark. In fact, she's just hit it. Now she has the turn to the left onto the boardwalk, the long sweeping run round the Wiggles past the Pens, and then back in again at the moment. Mobs is looking good. She's got the distance on the rest of the riders as we make our way in towards on here on the side of the boardwalk. There's no sign of the beacons behind. There's no sign of the chasers. It's 15 seconds to Remington, who's continuing to push. She's on the boardwalk, you know. There is not that much distance between them. We're going to take a quick check. I'm waiting for the numbers to tick up, whether it's It's going to be about 125 metres or so between Mobbs and Rimington. I think it's going to be just too far. Mobbs starting to kick again here. Rimington is clear of Torrey in third and Dooley in fourth, who's leading that chase in back. But rear Mobbs is absolutely flying through here. That gantry is going to come up in front of her very shortly. It's a tight left-hand turn. We go past the pens. They're out on the right of rear Mobbs. You can just see them over there. Mobbs has even managed to put a feather in. She's going to come around the left, then it's the right, then it's the left, and she will see that banner. It's so tight, so tricky to see on here. Here comes the banner. It's another victory for rear Mobbs here on the Women's Only Wednesday. The Chaingang. It's Mobbs taking number one here as we come in through the finish now behind. The finish coming at about 36k. It is going to be Bex Rimington. Rimington continues to push here. Can she make it into the line? Comfortably, she does so. Rimington in underneath the banner. 2 laps done for Bex Rimington. Rimington takes second. Mobbs in first. Rimington in second. It is Izzy Torrey of the Ionian squad, riding the Tactic Race team, who is going to come through to take away the third and final podium spot. So great riding by Izzy Torrey, our yellow beacon here today. A massive, massive thank you to Izzy. Tough stuff to lead the chain gang. And Izzy did it with aplomb. Now behind, Soden has broken away from Dooley, Richardson and co. So it is going to be Nicola Soden. She's almost actually onto Torrey there. So Soden in 4. It's going to be Dooley going through in 5. Good ride by Emma Dooley. Claire Richardson is going to come through for 6th. It's going to be Jill Fairbault coming through for 7th. Jill, get in touch, tell us how to pronounce your name. In 8th is going to be Emily Bridson. It's going to be a 9th place, I think, for whoever comes over the line here out of this group of 4. Angela Webster, Iona Sewell, Joanne Lee and Foxy. Here's the line. Have they missed the timed it? Oh, it's going to be so close here. Oh, I think that was just Lee who got that. Just rolled it as they came in and through a very, very tricky finish. They will know where they finished on the way through that group. Meanwhile, not all that far behind is Stockton. Then it'll be Soda. Then it will be Morn and Cookie. They're absolutely flying. So Torrey pulled to the side of the road there, post ride. Good riding by everybody here today so far, as we see Stockton now on her way in to the line, going to be making her way around this long sweeping turn. Quick reminders for you. Don't forget, if you want to join us, please do. Join us on the Women's Only Wednesday, or if you want to join the Donny Chaingang or the Donny Chaingang Supporters Club, if you're looking for your tickets, if you're part of the Donny Chaingang Supporters Club, to go to the meal at Nonna's, then it is join us here at the bottom left hand side of your screen. So that's where you can get tickets for all of our events. It is www.buytickets.@fullspeedevents. You don't need to buy a ticket for the WOW. We just like to get you all of the links direct to your inboxes so that you don't need to go searching through any of the companion apps, any of the events. Link straight to your inbox. Job done. Wham bam. Thank you very much. And away you go. You can just enter them all. The March links are not far away. I don't think that's going to be likely to be with us probably mid to end of February, and that's quite simply because we've got such a busy period here at Full Speed Events. Got to say a massive thank you to Emma for doing all of the organising, planning the routes, sorting out our beacons, making sure everybody knows where they're going, doing the social media, and riding as a beacon as well. If you want to help out, please do get in touch. It is at biking_Emma. Give Emma a follow, find out what else we are busy with, because we've got lots of commentary on. We will be back. Emma is going to be back on Sunday. She will be covering all of the esports cycling. If you haven't worked out why we don't plug it on here too much, well, you need to follow Emma's social media. I'm heading out to Tabor. That's going to happen tomorrow mid-morning as I head over for the World Championship Cyclocross from Czechia. Some great chances for medals. We've got some incredible racing, I'm sure, going to be coming your way. 7 races in total. The team relays are 2 junior, our 2 under 23, and our 2 elite races to come, culminating with our elite women's on the Saturday and our elite men's on the Sunday. Once we've done all that, we'll be back with the WOW next week and with the Donny Chaingang next week. No Donny Chaingang coverage on the Downhill Cycling YouTube channel tomorrow. And a quick reminder, if you are a member of the Donny Chaingang Supporters Club for February and you have not renewed yet, please be aware that the next members email, and the only one that will go before tomorrow's ride now, is going to happen at 4 o'clock tomorrow. If you join after 4 o'clock tomorrow, you ain't going to get the link. You will need to register just like all the sign-on riders. If you are a member, a massive thank you for supporting the gang. It helps us do lots of things, including put this on. So a big thank you. Now, underneath the line it goes. Nicole Stockton, good ride, Nicole. Well done. Spin those legs out. Get that lactic acid out of your legs. Not far behind, I think we are going to see our triumvirate of talent on the way towards the line. So it is going to be Soda just in front of Pitbull, just in front of Miss Cookie as they make their way in towards that finishing line. It's not far away, a few twists and turns. Good to see Soda on here. Keep on pushing, not far to the end of this. So on that blue Tron bike at the moment, just going to be heading in a tight left to come past the bends. You can just see on our riders right as they come past the factories. Looks like Cookie's going for a bit of a wind up here, so our red beacon on a mission to take it to the line here. Can Soda respond to this? The gantry is going to be coming here. It's only just around the next couple of turns. It's going to take the left-hand turn. Here comes the line. It is going to be our red beacon. Good to see Miss Cookie having a kick out, a run out at the end. And a massive thank you for looking after the red bus. Well done to Soda. Congratulations on a good ride here on the Chaingang. And Pip, good to see you on the Chaingang. And your honesty did you no favours there at all. I think many of our riders would have thought, well, you know what, I'm just going to roll on in. But Pip Mon, we know, one of the real good people when it comes to cycling. Okay, we're going to let our riders have their warm down into the line. And that means it just remains for me to say thank you very much for watching. Please do give the channel a subscribe. That is the Full Speed Events channel. Don't forget, of course, you can keep up and catch up with where we are. I will be bringing the YouTube coverage for the UCI, as well as all of the broadcasts that go out to their various broadcasters out around the globe. So please do tune in for that. You can catch up on the BBC Red Button as well for some of the races on Saturday and Sunday, but we're going to be kicking off on Friday. Emma's going to be on eSports on Sunday. In the meantime, enjoy your recovery. Get yourselves ready for the next WOW. We're going to London. It's the first of 3 trips to Leith Hill on the WOW and on the Donny Chaingang that are scheduled in this month. Clearly, the magnetism of Leith Hill is there at the end of the season. Let's see how the WOW do it next week on Wednesday. But from our beacons, from all the team behind the scenes here at Full Speed Events, and from me, Matt Payne, stay safe. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.